Today we hear from John chapter 15. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit. And everyone that does, he prunes, so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Jesus tells us that we're part of something that has gone on since the beginning of time. The vine is the history of people's fidelity to God or infidelity to God, because Jesus is the vine and we're the branches. Where do we fit? What happens to us? First of all, I'm a Catholic priest, and to be in order to bear fruit, I must obey my bishop, my provincial, my local superior, because that is part of what it means to be a Catholic priest, to be serving the apostles that we believe have, from a perfect chain of imperfect people, come down from the 12 apostles. Immediately one of them was the betrayer, Judas, and then one was replaced. And what happens? Well, from time to time, God has to replace bishops who've gone astray. In our day, we've had some bishops, unfortunately, who didn't do their job because they should have punished the priests that were disloyal. Jesus says, only in him can we bear fruit. That means we only have to stay in the vine. We can't go off on our own or do things that are sinful that we know are wrong and then not go back to the vine for life. But Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and he's the vine. And he says that in this passage that if you don't, the Father's going to not just prune, but those bad branches will be burned. I want to be pruned. That's why I stay in the vine. I want to continue to grow, but I have to bear fruit. You and I have to bear fruit. What kind of fruit? The fruit that endures, loving acts. If you do a loving act, or if I do a loving act, it has ripple effects. We know how evil can have rippling effects. So let's you and I dedicate ourselves. This is the Lord's Day. This is a Sunday. It's the 5th Sunday in the Easter time. I'm going to go to church and see first communicants. Young children receive Christ as the bread of life for the first time today. I hope you've had an opportunity to go to church, or if you're a shut-in and you're watching this, I hope this feeds you. And I just will pray with you now that God will bless you. Lord, bless those who hear this podcast. Give them courage, Lord, to remain in you. Give our priests and our bishops the courage to stay loyal to the Holy Father. And Lord, bless all those